think about it. What if someone told you love women, right? What if someone told you woke up tomorrow and they say, hey, you know what, Shane? You love women. And guess what? The Bible says you're going to hell because you love women. Are you just going to say, oh my God, I don't love women anymore?
Well, I'd just be like, for me personally, I'd be like,
yeah.
Kendrick, what's up, player? Support for Shot 30 Podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. We have an exclusive offer for the Shot 30 Podcast listeners, 20% off plus free shipping when you use the promo code SHOT30. That is SHOT30, the number 30, okay, at manscaped.com. So Manscaped hooked me up with this box, the 3.0 box. It has the lawnmower, it has the crop preserver, it has the ball deodorant, and I mean, it was honestly like a spa day for my junk. I just normally take a razor and just hack it up and leave it looking like, I don't know, like Spawn down there. I don't know. It doesn't look good. But after this, I swear to you, it was like a spa day. It was incredible. It felt refreshing. I felt good. I didn't have any nicks, nothing like that. It is an incredible package for your family, for Christmas, a birthday, any type of thing like that. Get 20% off and free shipping with the promo code SHOT30 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use the promo code SHOT30. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Listen, I'm talking to one of my good friends. You're one of my favorite people on the planet, so let's just do it.
Let's do it then. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is Shot 30 Podcast, and I am Shane Newbert. And today, you know how those internet, flings usually don't work? Well, in this case, with my beautiful guest today, Mr. Kendrick Brock in the house, dude, our internet fling kind of worked out together.
It did work out.
Dude, I mean, you are absolutely one of my favorite people in the world. He's jacked as hell. He's wise as hell. And you are somebody that, in this whole crazy chaos of internet, everything, you come across a lot of milk duds. Dude, and you were a guy that I had talked to a long time ago that was super uplifting. And
years and years.
Yeah, and it's never changed. And then, after some times went by, man, I call you a close friend, man. I really do. I respect you so much.
Yeah, man. I feel the same way. It's weird how, even though we haven't been in the same room at the same time, it's like once we cross paths, it just flows. It's crazy how the things go like that. So, yeah.
All right. So my guest today, Kendrick Brock, dude, not only are you, just drop a bicep in there real quick. Come on, just a quick bicep.
Come on, got on here.
A quick.
You want me to
I just want you. Yeah, dude.
My shoulder. Did you hear that old man shoulder pop right there?
I actually did.
My shoulder just ta. Yeah. So yeah.
I'm
dude,
just
thick, bro. I'm just thick. It's all good.
How tall are you? Because you are absolutely jacked.
I am about 5'7" on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then on the weekends I'm about 5'6". So
you get a little bit taller. You get a little bit taller during the week.
Yeah, man, and then I grow out on Saturdays because that's a cheat day.
I understand that. Yeah. Dude, hey, I'm not a jacked guy anymore, but I'm a short guy, so we have one thing in common.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8", dude.
Really? Oh shit! Okay.
Nobody ever believes I'm 5'8" because I was able to dunk back then. When for all the powerlifting stuff. But I'm 5'8", dude. Hey, we're rocking, dude. If we were ballroom dancing, we're looking each other in the eye, player.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, don't threaten me with a good time, man. For sure. I don't know how to ballroom dance, but we'll figure it out. That's for sure.
And so we have a lot of things we're going to talk about on today's episode. But first of all, I want to say Shot 30 Podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube. If you guys are on YouTube watching this video right now, please hit subscribe. And if you're on Apple, please leave a review because those reviews mean a lot to us. And Kendrick, I don't know if you saw, but we are the number one comedy interview podcast in the Bahamas. Number one.
Yeah, you showed me that, and I'm saying, let's go. It sounds like the public wants you there. You know what I mean? As soon as things open up, maybe do like a little,
freshen up
show, a little comedy show. That'd be hot.
Have you ever heard of Sugar Man? Finding Sugar Man?
No, I haven't.
Dude, I'm actually going to give you a really, really cool story. And so I'm going to correlate this back to myself because if it's true, like if this could be true, I would really love it. But there's this man in the 1970s or early 80s, and he went by Sugar Man. And what he did was he was a construction worker, made very, very low amount of money. Like not very much. He made just enough to get by. Lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. But at night, he would go sing songs at the local bars. He would go and just pick up a mic and sing a little bit. Well, he ended up recording an album, and he tried to present it to producers and all this stuff. It didn't go well. Like, no, you're never going to make it in this industry. And so he pretty much just gave up. He went to work in construction. Well, 20 years goes by, and little did he know that in Brazil, his tapes had made it over there. He was the biggest artist in Brazil and had no idea. So somebody came from Brazil. They were in New York City. They see him. They're like, "Are you Sugar Man?" 20 years. He goes to Brazil, flies to Brazil, shows up with thousands of people waiting for him at the airport, all blasting his music. His face is on all the billboards. I mean, they play his songs every store that he went into. It was like NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus. That's what he was and had no idea. And he spent the last 20 years of his life just still working for $6 an hour, and he was the biggest celebrity in Brazil. Finding Sugar Man. Watch that movie. It's a true story.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Okay. I gotta check that out. It sounds super interesting for sure. What's it on Netflix, Hulu?
I think you find it on everything. Yeah, it's
I'll Google it. I'll figure it out. I have every streaming service, so yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll find it.
And dude, with juicy shoulders like that, so let's go through a little bit of your workout regimen, because listen, dude, you got big legs too, man. And being from the whole fitness industry, I know that a lot of people can stack up on top and then ain't rocking it down low. But dude, you got some big old tree trunks.
Yeah, because it wasn't always that way. I used to be that guy that would complain and say, "Oh, my knee's sore. That's the reason why I don't do legs." That was years ago, back before, I think it was maybe 2013, 2012, back when I was smoking weed and shit. And so, and then finally, I went through a breakup, and I was like, you know what? I'm sick of. I'm one of those people where it's like, if I see somebody I'm not that I want to look like, or I'm like, damn, he's huge or whatever, I don't get jealous. That's not how I was raised. I'm kind of like, okay, fuck, I want big calves like that. I want big quads like that. I want big arms like that, right? So how am I going to do that? I got to fucking do legs. So I just started, they used to be trash, soft ass thighs and shit. It was terrible. Swole up top, soft ass thighs, it was terrible. And so now it's a focus, all the time. As long as my old man knees can hold out, but I'm always hitting quads. Right now, quads for me is my new bicep. You know how people are always trying to, hit biceps, right? Excuse me, but quads is where it's at right now. I got to make sure. And plus I'm short too. So it's quads is is kind of my focus right now. I feel like if I get my quads really on point, then I'll be all right. But,
do you have a body though that if you could pick any power lifter, bodybuilder from all time, do you have a body that you were chasing after?
There are a few random people I follow on Instagram that I see, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I like that version. But if it's bodybuilders, what's his name? I always get him kind of mixed up. Not the
Chuck
black
Norris,
guy, but the white guy, obviously.
Chuck Norris,
Flex.
Flex Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh, with the
guy.
forearms, dude.
Sure. Yeah. He's amazing, and he's short too. So he's just like, for sure.
I saw those pipes in real life, dude. I saw his forearms.
Yeah.
Unreal. Absolutely unreal. I do have a cool story that you will think is cool. I met Kai Green once at my buddy's. And so I walk up to Kai Green, and my buddy's on stage, like doing his routine. And Kai was signing autographs. He was the guest performer for the night. And I stood there beside Kai. We talked for about 5-10 minutes. And he said to me, he goes, "Hey, man," or no, this is like, okay, never mind. He said, "Hey, Shane." At the end of this 10-minute talk, he called me by my first name. And let me tell you what? Motherfucking butterflies for days. He said, "Hey, Shane, I actually have to go back and get ready for my routine. If you want to come back and chat it up, just come on with me. Like, just know I'm going to be a little bit preoccupied." I went back there, watched this guy get oiled up, sat there and just talked to him about, he just thought it was so cool because at that point in time, I had a 750-pound deadlift, and he just thought it was such a cool thing. And I kind of told him about how I've went through a lot of things in my life, and he is also a person that has been through a lot. And we're not talking about the grapefruit. We're not talking about the grapefruit.
Yeah.
You know about the grapefruit, right?
What I've heard talk of the grapefruit, but I can't remember. Like, what was going on with the grapefruit? Remind me.
When Kai Green won his first 2 bodybuilding meets, he was a nobody. He was just a beginner. 22 years old, like nobody knew about him. So somebody offered him $20,000 to make a porno where he has sex with a grapefruit, and he fucks the shit out of that grapefruit.
Okay. Yeah.
It makes, I mean, I can only imagine the burn. I didn't ask him about that.
So he did the movie, right? I mean, 20 grand. I mean, you do it for 20, right? I mean,
oh yeah. I mean, I watched it for free.
Oh my God, that must be. But I get it for sure. But see, even though I'm gay, I'm not really like seeing Kai Green naked is not really. Maybe that's why I didn't pay attention to the grapefruit thing. Maybe in my head I was like, I kind of blocked it out, and that's probably why I forgot. You know what I mean? Like if it was Flex Lewis, I probably would have been like, "Oh yeah, I'm watching that shit like 5 times." But maybe that's why I forgot. But
I understand. Are you okay? So actually, this is going to kind of loop back in 2 ways. I've got 2 questions for you. And I mean, I know that the way we talk to each other, I mean, for everybody that knows, we talk to each other a lot. Like, so this is a little bit more formal than the way we normally talk to each other.
Yeah.
No,
this is definitely formal. Well, go ahead.
But so 2 questions. One, are you familiar with the whole, now you're a little bit older than me, but are you familiar with like the whole dating sites and dating apps and all those internet?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah. I'm 44. So not only do I remember those sites, I remember the phone lines that they used to have. They used to have like the 976, the pipeline. You know what I mean? I could probably still do the voice or whatever. Like it's, you call "Welcome to the Pipeline." Men for men, press 3. I'm like 3. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they had that stuff back in the day, and then they kind of they had the phone, and then they had AOL, like the screen names and all that kind of crap. You know what I mean? And now they have the apps and shit. So yeah.
I see, because that is a world that blows my mind. We've talked about it on the podcast multiple times. I have never even seen a dating app. Like, I mean, you and me would definitely be an eHarmony match.
Of course,
But I've never even seen one of the apps. Like, I have never even seen one. So, like, it is such a mind-blowing thing for me because I just have never even.
Well, one of the things too, and so the world's changing. You know what I mean, as far as like being accepted and that type of thing. But it's like on the app, it allows people that aren't out or just shy or just can't find certain people. You know what I mean? Like, it used to be a big thing to even go in the like the gay area. You know what I mean? Especially if you're not out yet and you're not comfortable and all that kind of stuff. So with the apps, it gives people a way of kind of putting themselves out there. And it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna put myself there. And if somebody likes me, they can say hello. And if they don't, they can just keep going. You know what I mean? So, and now it's kind of like the norm. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And it's also kind of like weird because, I mean, we're all guilty of this. And so the way I word this might sound a little off, but we're all guilty of wanting to hide behind our message on things. You know, like, I want to be accepted, but I want to walk into being accepted. So like on dating sites and stuff like that, these people already say that they're interested in you. It's not like, hey, I'm just putting all my marbles right here and I'm either going to look like an idiot or are you going to want me? You know, like it like kind of sets you up like, you know, you've already put the bait out in the water and you just didn't have the pole ripped from your hands. And I mean, it'd be a hard thing to rip your pole from your hands, dude. Look at those guns, bro.
Well, if we're just on the app, I'm gonna try not to have my pole in my hands. But I get what you're saying. But I will say this though, is that, you know, with the apps, which I'm not on the apps now because I'm engaged. So because I'm sure my partner's gonna see this. So
shout out to Justin.
Yeah. So, the thing is that, you know, dudes are nasty. You know what I mean? Girls know dudes are nasty. They don't. So a lot of times you have guys that are just looking for, you know, and then you have guys that want relationships. And then you got guys that are saying that they want relationships, but they really want to, you know, smash. And then you got the guys that'll lie and say that they want a relationship just so that they can smash the guys that really do. You know what I mean? It's a wave of I mean, it's just like it is in the straight world. I mean, you're married and whatever, but I mean, other straight people, they know they go on Tinder and all this other kind of stuff or whatever. And, you know, guys are nasty, but there are good guys out there or whatever. But when you're on the app and you're behind that wall, you know what I mean?
I mean, like, I can
show me your dick, show me this, show me that.
Exactly. I can speak towards that because we don't have, like, with the platforms that we have and the success on like TikTok and stuff like that, we get literally 97% of our raunch shit that we get in return is just guys like sending me pictures of their assholes or their dicks, or like, it's just like, hey,
isn't that crazy?
Not like, even with saying a word to me, just sending that. And you know, like, I'm gonna continue to accept them all, and I'm gonna check out to see what they got, because I mean, as you know, I'm either the straightest gay guy or I'm the gayest straight guy, and we don't need to play in between. We definitely don't need to, but like. I mean, that's just a very aggressive approach, man. Like,
and it's never worked out for anybody. Like, it never works out for anybody. And here's the thing. I don't know what they get out of that, but I mean, there's so many different ways you can look at it. Some people don't have enough self-esteem to think that they could actually, like, try to have a conversation or put their face or put themselves out there enough to where they can actually, you know, get the person that they really want or whatever. So they just throw a dick out there or whatever. But I don't understand the asshole.
I'm never going to understand that.
Who would just be, okay, I'm gay, right? And I'm 100%, right? But, like, you gonna send me a random asshole? Like, why would I? You can send me a random dick picture. And I'm just like, okay, I don't care what dick that is. Unless it's like super huge, I'm like, shit, you know. But it matters what it's attached to. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I mean, but the thing is, it just shows the quality of who they are. You know. But here's the thing: sometimes those guys meet those other guys that just want to see a dick.
You're very right. Yeah, it's probably worked for them multiple times before.
I'm just like, but why are they sending a married man? Why are they sending a married, obviously, you know, straightest gay guy or gayest straight guy, whatever you want to call it? Why are they just randomly sending you that stuff as if you're going to be like, wow, that's the best hole I've ever seen. What's your name? Like, what are you, Like, what is happening? It's just a
It
waste
could
of
be
time.
because
So, I don't know.
because I
It's
sent
just
them
whatever.
the picture first. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
okay. Okay, I get it. So you got the hole back after you sent the dick, and then you got the dick back after you sent the hole. I got okay. All right.
I
got
do
you.
have a funny story for you, but right after this. Shot 30 podcast is sponsored by Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies. She's down for the count right now, but as of next week, she will be back up and ready to rock. Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies for the most decorative cakes, cupcakes, cookies, delights that you can ever imagine. We got Cinco de Mayo coming up. I have a birthday. Well, actually, if you guys are watching this, it's my birthday today, and there's Mother's Day, Father's Day, all those things coming up. Visit Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies on Facebook and Instagram today and put your orders in. But to go back to where I was, I got myself caught up in a pickle once. Well, actually twice. Okay, so the first time with the whole nude photographs out, I have a couple very famous nude photographs. Worldwide, baby. But one was
they're not worldwide if I haven't seen them. So they're international maybe, but
okay.
I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead, finish the story.
So one of them was I was working at the prison, and I got home from work and I played out this. I'm a huge comic book fan for all you guys listening that didn't know that, but I was doing that. This Wolverine and Deadpool broke into my house, but it was me drawing pictures of them. So Wolverine broke into the house and I was Deadpool, but I was naked Deadpool. I just drew the head on and I was butt naked in all my pictures fighting Wolverine. And so I sent a 5-picture strip of me to my buddies, to be funny, hey guys, look at this. And I accidentally sent it to every single person on Snapchat, including my family members,
Wow.
Yeah, it went to everybody. So everybody started calling me Deadpool because, dude, and it was it. And so then I had to get Deadpool tattooed on my arm after that. And my second worst dick pic story was me and Timmery were on our anniversary, and she was taking some nudes of me, and we're talking some straight up raunchers, dude. I'm laid back, just gripping the shit out of this thing, it's all over the place. Well, she goes, all right, baby, I'm gonna go get in the shower. Send those pictures to me. I was like, hell yeah, I will. And instead of sending to wife, I sent to wife's mom.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Well, I will say this much. Based on your personality and me knowing you,
yeah,
she was shocked, but she gets it. When you said it happened and it was an accident, she was like, okay, you know what I mean? It's not you are. She could have almost thought you did it on purpose. How did that go? What did she say?
Well, she screamed. She won't let me live it down. Her mom said, "Hey, big boy, what's up?" That's what her mom's response to me was. Her dad was real pissed at me. But he was only pissed because I'm rocking a dong in the picture, dude. It's one of my best. It's some of my best work.
Wow. So you were so be it. Oh, you saw it? Yeah. How was that? Yeah.
Now it's a party favor. So if I tell that story, I get to show everybody the picture, and I just walk around the room showing everybody the picture.
And you're so proud. You're just yeah.
Timmery's always like, yeah, show it. I guess there you go, guys.
Just go ahead. Yeah. And you pretend to be shy and shit. You're like, oh no, you don't need to see it, but here it is right here. Yeah.
Dude, it is what it is. But I do want to say something else.
What's up?
You're a Beagle dad.
I am. Yes,
now,
sir, definitely.
How many Beagles do you have? 2?
We have 2. One is 4, and the other one just turned 1 in January. And they're just relaxing right now, so that's awesome. I'm glad they're not tripping right now.
So now, have you had pets your whole life?
No. Well, I'll give you a brief story. Okay, so I grew up in the country about 60 miles north of New Orleans in Louisiana, right? And so we had all kinds of dogs and cats and turkeys and chickens and all this kind of shit, right? And so every time I had a dog, something would happen to them. Like they would either get poisoned, run over, just something bad would happen. So I wouldn't get emotionally attached to a dog until I might as well just tell you the story real quick. In 2006, okay, my little brother Frankie, he was in the Navy and he was missing for like 3 or 4 days, right? And so we found out his body was washed up on the shore, like he fell off the ship, apparently, right? And so me and my partner at the time, I was all like, like, oh my, I lost my brother, right? And so I was going to his funeral like maybe 3 or 4 days later, but he was trying to get me to go to the pound. And he was like, well, I'm all about positive energy. So he was like, let's just go to the pound. You know what I mean? Just be around the dogs. That'll make you feel better. And I'm getting in the car, pouting and shit. I'm just like, fine, let's just go, whatever. So I get there and I'm walking through the whole thing and I'm looking at dogs or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't want no dog. I don't want no dog. Let's go. Like attitude, right? I don't want no dog. Let's go. Let's go. Because I knew I was going to have to take care of the dog because he wasn't going to do shit. And so anyway, the third to the last dog, I was walking and I looked to the right and I said, and I locked eyes with this little 1-year-old pit bull. And I said, I don't want no dog. But if I did want a dog, that would be the kind of dog I would want. Mm-hmm. And he just kind of, you know how they have their head down, they just kind of look at you. And so I looked at him and he came up to me, started smelling me, and I started to feel shit. And I didn't want to feel shit because I didn't want a dog. I'm like, I got to fly to Louisiana. We were in Boise, Idaho at the time. I got to fly to Louisiana to bury my brother. I don't want to deal with this. So as I stop the connection that we have, I look up and I see the name of the dog. And it has the same name as my brother.
Oh my God.
His name was Frank. So as soon as I saw the name, I just looked. I can picture it right now. It's 2006, right? I can picture it right now. And I just looked at it and I said, how much is he? Like that. And the lady just came out. Dude, the best freak. Like I had him till August of 2019. So I had him for like, dude, that like the best dog ever. And so I say all that to say he restored my love of dogs. Like because of him, like that was like, I mean, he could speak on cue. Like, dude, he was like my little, like the best. Like everybody that met Frankie knows he was just dope. Right. And so that's the reason why now I have a love for dogs because it's the connection I have now with Cash. My youngest Beagle is only because I had that connection with Frankie. You know what I mean? And so it's like, even though he said his name was Frank, we always called my brother Frankie. So he was Frankie. Like, and even when we got him, they take you out to a little area. He hopped up and he just smiling. We got him, paid for him or whatever. He got in the backseat of the car. He's sitting there smiling. He was just, it like he was meant to, it was crazy. It was meant to be. So yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That is an awesome story.
Yeah, that's the reason why I love dogs now, and that's the reason why I couldn't. You mentioned dogs, and I had to mention that story for sure. So
yeah, dude. I was like, and in just the same like sense, like we lost our blue heeler last year, and it messed me up really bad. She wasn't supposed to die. She was so happy and healthy. She got Rocky Mountain fever, which is a tick-borne virus, and it just ate her alive, and it was really, really sad. But I buried her in our backyard, and so I was mowing the grass today, thinking about the podcast and whatnot, and like my mind was just kind of floating off in nowhere, and then I looked at her grave, and our 8-year-old had went out there and put a bunch of flowers. She picked a bunch of flowers and just laid it on top of the grave. And like, my freaking heart just melted into a million pieces. Like, But I do see, I'm a sicko. Like, dude, I'm a weird person because I have nightmares all the time that I'm playing. Her name was Gabby. She was deaf. I taught her sign language because I was volunteering at the shelter. But I always have this dream where I'm like doing the sign language. This is her name, come. And she runs up to me the way she'd look right now if she were to come out of the ground all decayed and all fucked up.
Oh my God, like Pet Cemetery and shit?
Yes, dude. And it is the fucking worst, and I can't get rid of it.
Oh man. I've had dreams, not like that, but I've had dreams. It's just, you miss her. You know what I mean? You miss her, but I think part of it, not that I'm a dream analyst or whatever, but I mean, part of it's like you miss her, but then also too, part of your brain like knows the reality of the fact that she's gone. You know what I mean? Like you know that the dog's body is in the ground. So if she were to actually come back, you know what I mean? But speaking of that, have you seen The Dog's Purpose? Like those movies with about the dog and the dog's purpose? Dude, you will cry. Like, I promise you, I don't care how tough you are, you will cry. Like, if you haven't seen, I think it's called A Dog's Purpose or whatever, it's the movie with, I think, is it Kevin Costner or Dennis Quaid is the guy in it. You got to watch that with the family. If you haven't, I watched it once and then watched it with a friend of mine. I watched it one time and I didn't cry. I watched it the second time. I promise you, bro. I promise you. Especially with the way you love your dog, you're going to cry. That's for sure. But it's a good movie. They got two of them. But yeah, check that out for sure.
Last dog movie that I watched and then vowed to myself that I would never watch another one was that one with Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson did a dog movie. And
I know what you're talking about.
It's just like the name of the dog. I'm actually going to look it up because we got to.
Yeah, go ahead and look it up. But let me tell you, just
Owen Wilson dog movie.
Trust me on this. You got to watch The Dog's Purpose. I'm telling you. I promise you.
Marley and Me.
I promise you. Marley and Me. I know exactly the movie you're talking about. It's not in that vein at all. Like, it's just, okay, I'm going to give you some of the movie, but not all of it. I'm going to give you just a taste, okay? So the spirit of his dog goes on and on and on. Like, his dog does pass away, but the spirit of his dog goes to another dog.
Oh, this is so fucked up. You just ruined the whole goddamn
check it out.
movie.
Just check it out. I promise you. If you watched it and you hate it, I'll send you $20. Like, for your time, I'll get you some pizza. Yeah, I promise you. If you love dogs, it's no way you hate this movie. I promise you. With the family, get the kids around and say, hey, let's watch it. I promise you, you're going to need some tissue. People are going to be crying. But it's a good feeling, but you're going to cry. For sure. Guaranteed.
You want to know what doesn't make me cry?
What doesn't make you cry?
That is barbecue from the Bone Collector in Viola, Illinois. Visit Ken Versus for the best barbecue you can ever fathom. I mean, he right now has opened up the schedule to taco night, brisket night. I mean, everything that you can possibly fathom. Go visit the Bone Collector in Viola, Illinois. And he just had me over for a Louisiana crawfish boil.
Is that right? Okay.
Dude, crawfish sucks, bruh.
What happened?
Crawfish sucks. Hot take. Crawfish sucks.
Well, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you grew up on it, it's the whole vibe of like the backyard and the family.
That was awesome.
And all that. Yeah. So the actual food, normally when we have crawfish, we have gumbo and jambalaya and fried chicken and all kinds of other crap.
Yeah.
So if crawfish is the main dish, then hope you got a lot of beer.
It's just such a waste, dude. Like, all this work, like, you gotta kill this animal, boil it, all these things for this much meat. Boy, I'm a big boy. I'm a thick boy. I'm a hungry boy. But they had sausage, corn on the cob, potatoes in it too, and the spice was incredible. But, like, the crawfish itself.
It's a lot of work for a little. But, I mean, it's making me think about we're going to be visiting New Orleans hopefully later this year, but like it's you got to have all the other food. It's crawfish is kind of like the if you're going to have a crawfish boil, you're gonna have like people are gonna have pies. They're gonna have other kind of food there. So that way, when you're working to eat the crawfish, it's kind of like you're sitting there, you're drinking beer, you're doing it. You know what I mean? You're working with the crawfish. It's a whole vibe.
That's what it was too. Like he was shut down for a couple days. The Bone Collector was, and so he said, "Hey Shane, do you want to come over? We're gonna have a bunch of friends over. We're just chilling in the parking lot." And he just started boiling them up, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah. But it did bring me into the next topic. Oh, excuse me. That I wanted to talk to you about. Can you guess who my favorite football player of all time is? And now this is something that you won't probably get the right answer, but every person will know that it is 100% true. Oh, there you're back.
All right. It's one of two players. Is he a Chicago Bear?
Negative.
Really? Wow. Because I was going to say Mike Ditka or Walter Payton.
He had an incredible play. He had an incredible play versus the Chicago Bears. Not so very long ago, about 12 years ago.
Oh, Devin Hester. No, you said he's not a Chicago Bear. Against the Bears. Oh, yep. Man.
He was a Saint when it happened. My favorite football player of all time. The greatest player of all time is Barry Sanders, hands down. So now that might help you.
Guy.
Dude, Barry, I've got two Barry Sanders. I have two Barry Sanders jerseys hung up in the man cave. Like,
that's my guy.
The GOAT. But
yeah, for sure.
I'm giving you one more guess. Running back, and
he's a running back.
Running back. He was playing for the Saints. Not Deuce McAllister either.
Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush is the greatest football player to ever live. I have every single one of his jerseys. Detroit Lions, New Orleans Saints, gold, black, and white. I have his gold, red, and white USC number 5 jersey. The greatest running back, Helix High School, superstar. Just watch him take the football and do work. The only person that's ever compared to him in high school was Noel Devine, who turned out to be Noel Terrible. But Reggie Bush
is he about to come out? Like, it sounded like you were introducing him. Is he about to, like, dude, is he there? Like, that sounded like the intro. I thought he was going to, like, high step out like Deion Sanders and shit. I thought that was the intro. Reggie? Are you here?
Dude, like, wow. If I ever met Reggie Bush, I literally have 2 full books of card collections that are all just Reggie Bush. I am the biggest super fan of Reggie Bush. Even when he played for San Francisco 49ers, he had 12 rushes for 32 yards that season, and he was just so bad. And I still I don't know what it is about me and Reggie Bush, but I feel like he's just, man, you can't just, there doesn't have to be a reason you have a favorite football player, but that is who my favorite football player is.
You just have sometimes you can't really control it. You can't really control it. You know what I mean?
You didn't see that coming.
I feel that way. I mean, obviously, I'm a Saints fan. Well, not obviously, but I'm a Saints fan. But right now, I feel that way about 2 players. Well, actually, it's probably 3 players. But I threatened to actually choke somebody out over Joe Burrow at the fantasy draft. Like, somebody said something slick about Joe Burrow, and I literally told him I didn't even want to entertain it. Like, yeah. It was here's the situation. It was a situation where I'm an LSU fan. Okay, obviously born and raised. This guy is Fresno State. He's from Fresno, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to talking college football, like, you sitting at the kiddie table. Like, you're Fresno State, really? Like, stop. Like, don't say a word. And we were fresh off the national championship. So I literally threatened to choke him out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I started stretching, and I was like, man, I haven't choked nobody out since like 2015, July 12th. Like, I was like, it was about to happen because he was chirping, and so. So I feel that way about Joe Burrow. I'm all Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Those are my guys for sure. So yeah.
Justin Jefferson's a true talent. I actually do. Yeah. I had this as a talking point in my brain.
Okay.
I want a picture of Joe Burrow with his cigar, lean back on the couch. I want to put one in the background somewhere in here. I just think it'd look so cool in here, and I loved that moment.
Yeah, that was a magical season. That was just, I mean, I don't even, man, just even while it was happening, I knew we were going to win the national championship. I just knew we had the squad, but I've never experienced a situation where when we had the ball, I just knew we were going to score. It was just a matter of time. It was like, like me and my partner were just like, his favorite receiver was Justin Jefferson. My favorite receiver is Jamar Chase. By the way, he's going to wreck the league. I'm telling you that right now. We would just take turns. I'm like, who caught that touchdown? Oh, it was Justin Jefferson. Oh, who caught that touchdown? Oh, it was Jamar Chase. Who got that one? Oh, it was Clyde. You know what I mean? Like, it was I felt like Thanos. Like, I felt like Thanos in the first Infinity Wars. Like, I was just like, oh, it's a wraps. It didn't even matter. It was like, yeah, exactly. That's how I felt. It was just, oh my God, my dick was so big. Like, you couldn't say anything to me. Like, it was just, my LSU swag was like, I was just ready to slap anybody from Alabama. Like, I was just like, oh, you from what? Bro, what?
Okay.
What?
How cool is it to, like, I know you have this with Justin, and I know I have this with Timmery, but to sit back and watch a game with your person, like, yeah, man, and then they understand it, they know what's going on. Isn't that one of the greatest feelings in the fucking world?
Dude, let me tell you something, okay? That was literally on my list because, you know, he's not my first partner. And so after I went through all my other situations, it was literally on my checklist. I was like, okay, and let me tell you, in my world, okay, in Gayland, okay, probably 1 out of 10.
We should make that a board. We should make that a board game, by the way. Just think on it.
That would be awesome. The chess pieces would be amazing. You know what I mean? But like, it's 1 out of 10. You know what I mean? And hey, to each his own. If you know everybody on Drag Race, no problem. Yes, bitch. Whatever you want to say. But I need to know that you know what 3rd down and 7 is. I need you to know listen, I'm talking, like, I'll back up. I'm talking to Justin, and we met on the app, right? And so we started talking about football, and he's a Raider fan. And he was like talking, like telling me about this and Derek Carr. And like, he was like talking about we need to get this player. We need to do this and do that. And I'm like you in that picture. I'm like, keep talking. I'm looking at my phone. I'm just like, go ahead. So I was like, you said what? I was like, what? What running back? Oh man, God. Oh, you hate that defense? Yeah, I know you hate that defense. You know what I mean? Like that's how the conversation was. And I'm like, I love him. You know? So I get what you're saying. It's like, and the thing is with him, I'm not a big baseball fan. So he's huge into baseball and tennis and volleyball. Like, he coaches volleyball or whatever on the side. And so, but we both are, I mean, to have my partner in a fantasy football league is pretty dope. You know what I mean? Which I run 2 leagues, and I make sure I don't make any trades with them and shit, because everybody's always going to talk shit. They're going to be like, oh yeah, you traded Justin, you know, whatever. But I make sure we don't do any trades or anything like that, because otherwise they, you know, my boys in the leagues they talk a little shit.
Timmery does the same. Yeah, she's in all my. We do all the fantasy leagues together. We play FanDuel every single week, dude. She knows the schedule. Sunday morning is wake up, hit the weights, real quick, because my ass is gonna be in front, checking on who's in and outs. I'm checking on everything. She sits there.
8:30 California time. But yeah.
She does play the game though, because she knows everything about the Bears and most of, you know, like. You know, she knows about the Lions, Packers, Vikings. She has a pretty good idea what's going on with all that. But she is, when she picks her FanDuel, she's like, oh, this guy's cute. Oh, this guy's kind of handsome. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
she's having fun.
Yeah.
You know what? If she's watching football and someone happens to be hot, Hey,
dude, and does it get hot?
Extra bacon. That's extra cheese, right there.
Who's the hottest player in the NFL? Because I can tell you who it is. I mean, your answer can be something else, but if you're talking just a gorgeous looking guy, not like, because Timmery thinks the hottest player in the NFL is Khalil Mack.
I got a list, but go ahead.
But hands down, the most handsome looking Jimmy Garoppolo should not be a quarterback. That guy should just be a model. He's not my cup of tea, but he is gorgeous.
He's cool.
Come on. Okay,
cool.
All right, who we going after?
Cool.
Okay,
he's cool. He's all right. Nah, for sure. He went for Jimmy. I get it. I'm different. Okay, I'm different.
I'm waiting.
I'm different. Okay, so
you're trying to explain yourself for too long before this.
I'm not trying to explain myself. I'm trying to pick one.
Just pick one. You said you have a list.
I don't know.
Pick some names off that list.
All right, cool. Let's see. Jason Kelce for the Eagles.
Oh, okay. I see. I know.
Jason Kelce for the
I do
Eagles.
know your style, though.
Quentin Nelson for the Colts.
Okay. See, I know you like the thick boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
and
sure. Most fullbacks. But here's the thing. I don't know though, because normally.
So you got a
darker skin guys.
You got a sweet spot for Mike Allstott,
dude. Oh my God! Come on, like Mike Allstott, Kearney, any fullback. You know those fullbacks out of Wisconsin.
Peyton Hillis.
Dude, let me tell you something. I'm so mad that the NFL Combine, you know how the Combine, dude, I've always recorded the offensive linemen and the tight ends and shit. My buddy always texts me. He's like, hey, you watching the offensive lineman? I'm like, yeah, I got a DVR. Relax. I got that. But my point, though, I was going to say, even though I'm not really normally into dark-skinned guys, Aaron Donald is a good-looking guy.
For sure. He's in some trouble right now. I actually think you and Aaron Donald look a lot alike. I've already said that before.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's definitely a compliment. Oh, and just to add into what you're saying, that guy dropped the charges. Like that was he was like, oh, I thought it was Aaron Donald. You know what I mean? With the whole like the charges or whatever.
I didn't catch anything for the rest.
Yeah. So he's good, but
I go quiet 2 weeks before the draft, like the last 2 weeks, because they just fill your brain with so much shit. So I just wait for the draft. Oops, sorry about that.
I can't wait for tomorrow. I want the Saints to do something, man. I need something sexy, but I mean,
I think
we're not going to talk about Andy Dalton. We're not going to talk about Andy Dalton. You said, and hey, he's a good-looking ginger. I'm just saying, he's a good-looking ginger.
He definitely is a handsome guy. I mean,
So
I don't know if
Why did you guys tweet that out? That was so crazy. I was like, just leave him alone.
Man, I would prefer Nick Foles start. I mean, I just don't understand why you go after Andy Dalton when I would say bring back Mitch Trubisky. Just let him play. Let Mitch play. Dude, Mitch actually makes plays, dude. Like, Andy Dalton had Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Marcus Gallup.
That's my point.
I mean, Ezekiel Elliott, Marcus Pollard, and they weren't winning football games. Like,
and they were just regular. Yeah.
And now you have only Allen Robinson. Like, you're welcome to the world, player.
Oh, man. And, I mean, I don't know, man.
I want Justin Fields. I just want Justin Fields.
I have a love-hate thing with Ohio State because once they get into the league, like with Michael Thomas, obviously he's the same. So I forgive them for that, just kind of like with Alabama players. Once they get on in the NFL, I try to forgive them and shit. And so you don't hear my dog, do you?
No, you're good. I just heard a little like a little faint whimper. Perfect. It's okay.
And so, I mean, put it like this. If the Saints were to trade up and get Justin Fields, I would be all about it because I want to be excited about something. I just want to be excited about something. Like if we sit up there and pick that cornerback from Virginia Tech or whatever, the one that got COVID or whatever, and the little light-skinned guy, he's got like a back issue, but they say he's going to be okay. That's not sexy to me. Like, I want to say Jameis. I just want something sexy. Like just I don't care. Like, trade 3 number ones. Give me somebody.
You don't like Taysom
I need
Hill?
something. Huh?
You don't like Taysom Hill?
Not as the quarterback. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me yell at my dog.
Yep. No, you're good. Hey, Shot 30 Podcast is sponsored by Handmade by Haley. Visit Handmade by Haley coming out of Kewanee, Illinois, front door pickup for all the things that you need. She's absolutely incredible and incredibly talented. She can make all the decorative designs for seasonal items, family, last name based. She makes stove toppers, oven covers, all those things. Visit Handmade by Haley on Facebook today. Front door pickup. She's absolutely incredible. You back, Pops?
Yeah. I'm back, man.
Dude, that was a good filler. That was perfect.
It was perfect. Yeah, my beagle starts to bark. He thinks he's a guard dog, so he starts running around and trying to be gangster and shit. So, yeah, I had to calm him down. But he's good now.
I understand. Okay, so, yeah, like, I think Taysom Hill is a QB1. I think Jameis Winston is also a QB1. But I think they both come with restrictions. I think Taysom Hill is a one spot above Andy Dalton type quarterback, where he's going to make a lot of plays, doing a lot of things that make you feel happy, but he's not going to be a superstar in that one. But he is a superstar in the role he plays right now. Like, it's the same thing as Cordell Patterson with the Bears and with the Vikings. Cordell Patterson and the Raiders. But Cordell Patterson doesn't just return kicks. He is the best gunner in the game. Like, he does things that you see to the side. Taysom Hill does those things. But you're losing one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Drew Brees. Like, I'm
spoiled, and
But you have two really good quarterbacks. Like, no, you do. You really do.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Okay, do you want? We have Nick Foles. We have Nick Foles and Andy Dalton.
We're now. Here's the thing. We're talking about the Saints right now.
I'm back.
So that doesn't directly reflect the Bears. So I just wanted you
to think from where I was coming from.
It's two hot messes. It's two hot messes.
I got a little fired up.
You're saying Taysom Hill is a QB1. I'm a Saints fan. I love Taysom. I love their family. They're beautiful. Okay? But he's not a QB1. He's not. Just like, I know you probably heard about Teddy Bridgewater got traded to Denver for a 6th-round pick, whatever. I could have told the Panthers that Teddy Bridgewater wasn't that dude a year ago when they were hyping him up because he won 5 games with my squad that's already built to win. Teddy Bridgewater, I'm not trying to mess with anybody's money, but he's not the dude. He's a backup quarterback. I'm sorry. He's just a backup quarterback. That's why Denver got him for a 6th-round pick. Taysom Hill
is not a backup quarterback, though. He is he's a weapon.
Think about it. If Taysom Hill was just a quarterback, he would have been released 2 years ago. Because he can do all that he does is the reason why he's still here. So keep doing what you're doing, but we are never paying you $25, $30 million. Think about it. Okay.
They already did.
No. He got a $21 million contract. Okay.
He got $100 million contract.
No, he didn't. He got a $21 million contract. You can go ahead and Google it. I know what you're talking about. Okay. So they've had him sign a $100 million contract.
Oh, okay.
So
it was just under
they can void the last 2 years.
Gotcha.
It's like cap maneuver.
Gotcha.
I'm a football fanatic. It's crazy. But my point is, though, when other teams have Mahomes, Josh Allen,
I understand that.
Herbert, who's Justin Herbert from Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh yeah.
All the Aaron Rodgers. Okay. We can't have Taysom Hill, man. I'm sorry. I love you, man. We're gonna pay you. We're gonna pay you good money to do all that other stuff that you do. But sure, it's a competition with Jameis Winston. Sure.
Do you don't think they'll do what they always have done? Like, it'll be. I could honestly see the Saints going 2 quarterback, a whole 2 quarterback system. They have. That's a mess. It is with Jason or Jameis Winston. Like, because if you want the spectacular play, he's a slinger, dude. He's either going for the home run or you're picking it off.
Listen, I'm not mad at Jameis Winston, which I had to stomach Jameis Winston because now he's a Saint. He used to be a Tampa Bay Buck, so I used to hate him. So, but I read it. If we're gonna ride with Jameis, fine. But the whole Taysom Hill thing is just smoke and mirrors because Sean promised Taysom Hill that we're gonna, and then he's just gonna lose out. Hey, I gave you competition, you just lost. You know what I mean? So that's what that is. But let me say this though, because I thought about this, and I'm gonna just bring it up. And I'm not a hater because I'm the opposite of a hater. But think about this though. All right.
Here's the topic I'm gonna bring up. If this is about Nick Foles or Mitch Trubisky or Andy Dalton,
this is about the so-called can't miss Trevor Lawrence, the number 1 pick in the draft. Okay. So check this out. Okay. Everyone says he's going to ball out.
Yep.
All I'm saying is, I'm not going to be surprised if he doesn't, and here's why. Check this out. His freshman year, he went into Clemson, and they won a national championship, right? His freshman year. When you're a freshman, you're playing with house money. Nobody expects you to do shit. Whatever you do is good. Hey, you made it to the national championship. You made it to the playoff. You did great, but wow, you won it? Amazing. So guess what? The second year, what did they expect? They expected him to what? Win the Heisman, definitely win the national championship. Now, this is not about the fact that he ran into the buzzsaw called the LSU Tigers, and the best quarterback on the field in that national championship game was by far Joe Burrow. Okay? Let's let that slide. Okay? So now we expect you to ball out, and you played like crap in the national championship game. Okay? Fast forward to last year, this past year. Now, I get COVID. Everybody had to deal with COVID. Let's look at that game he played, his last game. Did he play well? No, he did not. So the 2 games where he was expected to be the guy, when he has all these expectations, did he deliver? No, he did not. So all I'm saying is, I've watched a lot of football. And when I see Justin Herbert go back to throw the ball,
oh, it's a beautiful thing.
I can see it. I can see it.
Beautiful thing.
When I see Josh Allen, when you see Josh, I can see it. When I see Trevor Lawrence, I don't see it yet. I'm listening to everybody say he's the guy, he's the guy, he's the guy. But I just don't see it yet. Now, I may be wrong, but I don't see it yet. I just don't see it yet.
I only have one quarterback that came out of the draft in the past however many years that I went, this guy, no matter what, is good. No matter only one quarterback, and that was Andrew Luck. Like, I completely believed in in that thought that there is no way that this guy isn't good. And isn't it crazy? He's just sitting at home. He could be the Bears starting quarterback. He could be the Saints starting quarterback. Oh, I wish.
Yeah, but he just, I
respect it though.
He doesn't, because he wasn't healing, and he was always hurt and always having to rehab. And it's kind of like, what do you want? What do you want out of life? You know what I mean? But I do have to say this much though, since you're going to say that, and I'm not dick riding Joe Burrow, but I'm just saying, like, if you see Joe Burrow play, for a fact he's going to be playing for the, as long as he can stay healthy.
Yeah,
he has it.
For sure.
I mean? Even if he played for another squad, I would still say, Joe Burrow, just like with Justin Herbert.
That's what I was going to say.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, this is not like Jalen Hurts. This isn't Tua. This isn't those type of players. This isn't Mitch. This is Herbert. When Justin Herbert throws a football, everybody stops what they're doing. It is so beautiful. And then when Burrow rolls out, I know a lot of people, especially from my area, have never seen a Joe Burrow game. I've seen 2 in the NFL. When Joe Burrow rolls out, man, dude, just watch what he's doing with his whole head. It's like Peyton Manning in a different body. He evaluates everything so different.
Now, let me say this too. I definitely will admit the fact that Justin Herbert has a better arm than Joe Burrow. I'm gonna tell you, because Justin Herbert
he's got a cannon.
Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen,
yes,
Patrick Mahomes type of arm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit here and say that Joe Burrow has that type of arm, but he has that. He has
the Peyton Manning thing, like the
it factor. You know,
the Peyton Manning thing where it's just all happening. Like, even though Peyton Manning never ran and Joe Burrow can run, you know, like he had that. He has that. This throw might look like it hurts my arm, but I'm gonna get it right where I need it.
He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm praying for. I want Jamar Chase.
That would be
number one wide receiver to go to Cincinnati, because
that would be incredible.
That would be incredible. I'm already ready to go get his jersey. Listen, let me tell you something. Jamar Chase is better than Justin Jefferson. And you saw what Justin Jefferson did.
It's just, I always have to let it correlate to the NFL. Like, I have to see it. Like, all I have to do is see him go against NFL talent. I thought Jadeveon Clowney was the greatest, was going to be the greatest, like, defensive end in the NFL. I mean, just the way he just... I also had Vernon Goldston. Vernon Goldston, I don't know if you remember him. He was a fucking specimen, dude. Literally had biceps on top of his biceps and 0% body fat, used to throw human beings. So, like, I just have to see it in the... I watch too many people be bust, so I have to... Like, we can get hyped as fuck, but I need to see him in the we need Mitch Trubisky. I thought was a good pick. I did.
Hey, we'll revisit. We will revisit the Jamar Chase conversation, and all I'm going to tell you is that if you're drafting in your fantasy league and nobody's picked him by round 11 or 12, just put him on your bench. And when he blows up, you're going to get this long ass. No, I'm going to just send you a GIF or a meme or something.
Wait, did you say about Chase?
Yeah.
Did you say about Chase?
Jamar Chase. Yeah, the best receiver in this draft.
Oh, he's going very high in this draft.
Yeah, he's
going to be an absolute stallion.
Yeah, he's like DeAndre Hopkins with more speed and just he's amazing, bro. I'm telling you, his floor is Justin Jefferson. Like, when they were on the field at the same time, he was obviously the number one receiver. And Justin Jefferson, put it like, what's this guy's name from Alabama? Devontae Smith or whatever his name is, the little skinny boy?
Yep.
Okay, so before his last year, now Jamar Chase opted out. Jamar Chase had basically the same numbers, and he had Justin Jefferson on the other side of it. Right?
I think both those two receivers that you're talking about right now are both incredible talents. Yeah. Like, so
they're going to be, and I'm obviously biased. I mean,
for
I'm
sure.
Biased. I'm an LSU fan. Yeah, I'm biased, but I would be shocked. And plus, Jamar Chase is from Louisiana, man. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, he's got DeAndre Hopkins' talent with Jarvis Landry's heart. That's what he is.
Dude, that's the old juice card.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's contagious. What did he say? It's contagious. What is that thing he said?
Who said that?
When it was talking about losing, he had this whole thing on what's that show they watch?
Keeping Up with the
Hard
Kardashians?
Knocks.
Oh.
No, Hard Knocks. They had Hard Knocks or whatever. And he was talking about losing. It's contagious. I think it was or whatever. It was like a big thing. But anyway, he'll be amazing for sure. So
did you play?
I'll talk football all day. So
I know. I think what we're gonna do actually moving forward in the future, within the next maybe 5-6 months, we're gonna make a sports Shot 30. Where it's like an every Saturday thing where we talk about all the games Sunday. We have a different guest on.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Let me see.
He's looking at something right
Hold on
now.
1 second. I had a problem. Let me see.
1 second, everyone. As we sit here and wait.
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know if we're going to lose Kendrick or not, but we are going to wrap this thing up. This is Shot 30 Podcast. Shot 30 Podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, CastBox, all those things. And we're also going to be doing a giveaway for $100 because the guy who was entered in the giveaway for $100, he said, give it to the next person. So come next week, we are going to be doing another giveaway for $100. Yeah, like we're just going to roll it over and do that. And I hope you guys enter. All you have to do is be subscribed to the page and leave a comment down below. Kendrick, we got you back? Nope, we don't have him back yet. It's okay. I can tell you, I can walk you through some of the things here.
Hold on.
We'll give him a minute right here. I'm going to go quiet for a second. But as always, yeah, I want to say thank you guys so much for all the love you guys have been giving on all the apps. Like, whether it be TikTok, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, CastBox, all those things. It has been absolutely mind-blowing, all the stuff that you guys have given. And Kendrick, dude, I couldn't speak higher about this guy, man. He has loved me since day one. He's given me so much support. He's been kind and generous. He's given me kind words. And he's just been the same guy 24/7 since the day I met him. And so, yeah. Oh,
right here.
You're back?
I'm back. I'm back. Sorry. Yeah. I had my AirPods next to me, and I hit the button, and it messed it up. We're back. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I was just kind of giving everybody a quick little wrap up. You're going to be back on the show. Of course, you have to be. And now that you have that like pregame jitters out of your system, we're going to do the sports talk. We're planning on doing this thing where we do a Saturday podcast every single week where we talk about Sunday and Monday's games before they happen. And so I'm just going to run it. I'm going to make another little studio, which is all sports. And I would love, dude, Kendrick, I think you are one of the most genuine, sweet, kind-hearted guys I've ever met. And I am so thankful to have met you. I'm thankful for all the things that you do for me and the support that you give me. I know I'm a fucking crazy-ass dude, literally doing 9 million things at a time. And to call you on the phone and the way you try to level my head or make me calm down about things, I think is one of the most incredible qualities in a person. Dude, I think you're the best, man. You're just the best.
Well, you're making me blush and shit. Hey, man, listen, I'm glad I could do that. I'm glad. I'm just being myself. And, whenever you call me or text me about something or whatever, I just put my experience and my personality into the situation. And it's all about being positive, man. Just like with everything that you're doing, like I told you, like I remember watching you put your stand up on IG and I hit you up and I was like, boy, you got it. You got it. But here's the thing, it's sincere. I'm not just gassing you up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm not, being someone's friend, people say we're friends, but it's a two-way street. And being a friend is, of course, being supportive, but then also, too, when they're knocking something out of the park, fucking press the gas. Like, hey, that's it. You know what I mean? Just like with everything that's happening with TikTok and everything that you're doing, like, just keep doing what you're doing, man, because you're meant to do it. That's how I truly feel. If I didn't, I would not say that.
I think a lot of people forget that, too. Like, that quality that you have. Like, a lot of people, when somebody starts doing something good or like making it in a way that they like reaching their goals or their dreams, people really quickly want to, I don't know, overlap them or be like, oh, well, whatever, you shouldn't be that person. But 2 weeks ago, when you weren't doing it, Jack, like when you weren't making it for shit, they're like, oh, you're going to make it to look like supportive. And then you do something well. And people, it's just a weird thing. People are set up in a weird way, and it's a weird thing to try to understand all these different types of people. But I know that I've come across a good one in my life, and that is you. And I appreciate you so much. Kendrick, can you drop out everywhere where people can find your stuff, all your links? Hey, everybody, go take a look at these juicy thighs.
I don't even remember I would just say my Instagram, I guess. I mean, I'm private, so I'm probably gonna check you out before I allow you to follow me and shit. But it's King Brock 76 at Instagram.com. I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm not really trying to, I'm not. I'm kind of a friend with the future superstar. I don't need any plugs or anything like that. So
okay.
Sure. And just so you know, we're gonna leave Lil Nas X alone. We're gonna leave because I was gonna mention that. We're gonna leave him alone. I mean, I could touch it. I could touch on it for a second. If you want me to touch on it for a second, I can. We can happy with that.
We can. All right, let's do it. I just gotta pee so bad. I just gotta go pee so bad. Yeah, let's just, okay, so what we're going to do right now, this is going to be, now, just know I'm going to edit, and I'm going to do my work with all this stuff moving forward, but this is Shot 30 Podcast. I'm Shay Newbert. That's Kendrick Brock in the house, one of my favorite people in the entire world. Go check him out on his Instagram, and go check out them juicy thighs, because he's a thick boy, and I appreciate you so much. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pee, and then we're going to just come right back to Lil Nas if you want to. Yes, dude. Oh, my God. Right. It was getting ready to start spraying, player.
Hey, I got old man bladder, man. I get up probably twice a night to go pee. So I was waiting for you. That's all you had to say. But I feel like we definitely got to touch base on that because I feel like if we don't, then we're kind of leaving that on the table. So just let me know when I can just, and it's not going to be negative at all. It's going to be insight.
So watch the way I do this here. Okay. So pretend we're just bullshit. Now, this is going to be at one of the clips where I go to take my drink, and you're going to watch how brilliant I am at this. So I'm going to take my drink again in a spot where this is probably going to end up in the middle of the podcast, and it's going to look like there's no hiccup. All right. So here we go.
Okay.
Oh, Kendrick, I wanted to ask you about the Lil Nas X stuff.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm black.
Can you explain his situation first for all the listeners out there, probably in the Bahamas that maybe don't know anything about it yet?
Okay. All right. Well, first, I started off by saying I'm black and I'm gay, so I feel like I can really speak on it. But also, too, let me set it up. Okay. So basically, Lil Nas X came out with a song called Montero, which is kind of his name. Great song, you know what I mean, for what it was. Mm-hmm. And then he came out with a video, provocative video, where he goes to hell, gives the devil a lap dance, and then kills him and takes his horns or whatever, right? And so it was a lot of backlash for that, right? And then where I feel like I need to address it was the fact that this off-brand custom shoemaker started making the Nike Satan shoe, which Nike sued them or whatever, and they had to cease and desist, and they, that's what ended up happening. But they came out with the Satan shoe, right? And so here's my thing. I understand what Lil Nas X is going through. How old is this kid? He's what, 20, 21?
Gotta be, right? Yeah, real young.
Right? And I go back to what I said as a black gay man, right? And so let's look at Lil Nas X, who he is, right? He had the biggest country song.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse. Come on. Yep.
The biggest song ever. So what's that? I mean, now he's got the pressure of a record company that's on him to make another song. Now, I did a little research and I found out he was really going through some stuff because, he's got not only remember, he's a black gay man. So he's got to worry about the F word. He's got to worry about the N word. And then he's got to worry about Christians telling him he's going to hell. Uh-huh. Then after that, you have the record company saying, hey, we need another hit. We need another song. So based on my research, I found out, I looked it up because I had to figure out what was going on with this kid, right? Instead of me just judging. So I come to find out through my research that he was really being bullied online, and the record company was giving him all this pressure. He was leaving the studio crying because he couldn't come up with something. Mm-hmm. Finally, he came up with that song. So once he came up with that song, he was so happy about it. But then at the same time, he wanted to do something to really kind of get back at all the Christians or whatever. Like, hey, you know what? I'm going to hell. You know what? I'm going to go to hell, right? All of that. If that's what you want to do, I understand that, right? But here's the thing, and this is what might shock listeners. God does not hate gay people. You are not going to hell because you're gay. Let it marinate for a second. And I'm going to tell you why I say that, okay? Not my own experience, because I can talk about my own experiences because God loves me, okay? I got glory to God in my arm, okay? But here's what I want to say. My whole thing with Lil Nas X, I understand where he's coming from because this is what the world has presented to him. And so he's, he's like leaning into it. Where I jump off of the boat is when he says, okay, I'm gonna make these Satan shoes. Okay, so I can understand you're not rolling with God, but at the same time, you're just gonna side with the devil. Like, so now you're a Satanist. And the way I look at it is, as soon as if like your wife was in the hospital, you have somebody get sick, right? Just for an example, right? If something happens, you're not praying to the devil. Everyone's saying, hey, please put my family in your prayers. Who are you praying to? So here's my point. I say all of that to say is that it was a little annoying for me as a believer, and I fully believe that God loves me. It's actually one of the things I always post all the time because God does love me. I could talk all day. But it's unfortunate that he has to lean all the way into the devil because the Christians truly believe that the Bible says that God if you're gay, you're going to go to hell. But here's my last thing, and this is what I want you to react to. And this is where I get all of this from, right? Here's my point. My point is this. The Bible was made when? 2,000 years ago? How long ago? Hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, long time ago, yeah.
Long time ago, right? So you mean to tell me that Bible is the exact word for word as it was 2,000 years ago? The same man that wouldn't let women vote until 1919. The same men. So here's my point. My point is that I truly feel like that part of the Bible was corrupted. That's what I truly believe. And so what people don't understand is that you can pray directly to God. I don't feel like I need a preacher to pray to God. I don't need that. So it's unfortunate that he has, and I know you're like, I did not think it was going this way. But my point is where the devil is winning these souls, because that's what it's a battle of souls. If he can corrupt someone to put in the Bible and convince all the Christians that to tell all these gays, which is what's the percentage of gays? I don't know, 20% of people, 30% of people, who knows, right? If I can convince them that, guess what? You're gay. And if you're gay, you're going to hell. So, but think about it. What if someone told you love women, right? What if someone told you woke up tomorrow and they say, hey, you know what, Shane? You love women. And guess what? The Bible says you're going to hell because you love women. Are you just going to say, oh my God, I don't love women anymore?
Well, I'd just be like, for me personally, I'd be like,
yeah.
Kendrick, what's up, player?
What's up? What's up? I'll be like, I'll get at 2:00 in the morning. I get up for the gym in the morning, and you'd be like, did he text me at 2 a.m.?
I'd be like, Kendrick. You're like sitting there like, oh, the Bible just changed again. And I'm like, Kendrick, hey, how you doing?
I'm like, wait a minute. Is this a picture? Is this
a bot?
Oh, wow. Yeah. But you get what I mean? But
I do get what you're saying.
So for me, when all of that came out, it was unfortunate. Part of me, when they came out with the Satan shoes, I wanted to go into my man cave and pull out my Jesus shoes and pull out my Jordan collection and just be like, okay, so we battling, we having a versus, God versus Satan. Okay, you got the Satan shoes. Let me pull out my Jubilee. You know what I mean? And so I felt kind of offended, but at the same time, I had a little talk with God. Okay. And so for me, whenever I'm in a situation, I've been about to get evicted, about to have my PG&E turned off. I was in Hurricane Katrina. I given my faith to God. The job that I have now, the life that I live right now, is I literally prayed for it. I remember having $3 to my name, and I was going to church on Sunday, sitting in the back of an all-Caucasian church, just because I didn't want to be in church all day. You know, black people, they be in church all day. But my point, I just wanted to show God that that's what I could do, right? This was back in 2014. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, I got the job I wanted. I work from home Monday through Friday. I live in a gated community. I got 2 purebred beagles. We're about to go to San Diego and be in a freaking beach house I could just talk about how I'm being blessed, right? God loves me, and I'm gay as fuck, okay? You know what I mean? So when I hear Lil Nas X, and I'm just like, don't listen to social media. Don't listen to them, because ask God yourself, because in 1999, I asked God the same thing. I said, if I'm gay, take it away from me. If I'm not supposed to be, right? 2 weeks later, I met a dude on remember the pipeline I told you about? Welcome to the pipeline. Yeah. You know what I mean? Press 3, right?
Yeah, you were hitting 3.
Right? And 20-some years later, God has had my back the entire time, and I'm gay. So it's unfortunate. So when I hear people jumping out the window and they're like, yeah, I'm standing with Nas X and call me when you want, like when it comes on now, I said, listen, I like the song until you roll with the devil, until you let the devil in the car. Because I'm not going to let the devil ride in the car right now. And then as soon as somebody is sick, what are you going to do? You going to pray to the devil?
Yeah, turn the other way.
No. You see what I'm saying? So
I do.
I just had to touch on that because honestly, I had to have an outlet to talk about it. And if anybody's listening to this, here's my point. If you don't believe me, you don't have to believe me. But just ask God yourself. Ask God to pray, like have him give you the answer. You don't need your pastor. You don't need your pastor to tell you what God is telling you. You don't need a conduit. You understand? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'll say this real quick, and I'm just going to spit it out just because it's extra. I'm just going to say it, right? Back when I was going through what I was going through, right? My previous guy, left me with 2 dogs and was gone or whatever, and I almost got evicted, whatever, right? And so I was doing what I had to do. So I got a letter in the mail that basically said that he had about $7,000 in his 401k. And if you keep reading, you can have your 401k cashed out, right? Mm-hmm. I basically, like, whenever he went to the bank or whatever, they knew me as him because I always deposit money in our account. So if I wanted to, right? And dude, I don't know how much money I had, but it wasn't a lot. I was feeding 2 pit bulls I would give my dogs 2 pit bulls, a half a load of bread a day. That's how bad it got. Mm-hmm. This was back in 2014 before I got my current job. Like Rap T left, right? Mm-hmm. And so I had an opportunity I could have just had that money overnighted to me. I could have went into the bank, deposited in there. Like they would have said, hey, I'm not going to say his name or whatever. They knew me as that person. I always paid the bills, whatever, and could have took half the money and said, hey, you left me with all these bills. $3,500 is in your account or whatever. The other $3,500, I need to pay this or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I said? Listen, I'm going to say this real quick, and God knows it's true. I looked at the paper and I said, you know what? I want God to bless me. I want God to bless me. So I know if I do this, he's not going to bless me. So I want to show him that I have faith that he's going to bless me. Okay? I'm talking about eviction notice on the door, bro. And I could get $7,000. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. So I called him and I said, hey, you got 401k and you can cash it out. And I'll just do it for you or whatever, and they'll overnight it to you. It costs $25. They'll take it out of the $7,000, but you can have $7,000 by Thursday or whatever. He said, what? Yeah. He's like, yeah, do it. Right? So I did it. Now, did he ask me, hey, do you need anything? Hey, how's everything going at the house? Hey, how's Frankie? Hey, you remember he was the one that helped me get the dog, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, he claims he loved him so much. Like, did he offer me anything? Dude, I'm talking about, I don't think I had $20. And I made that moment. Dude, a month later, guess what happened? A month later, I interviewed for my current position. I started with this company. I've been with this company since 2014. A month after that, I met my current partner. You know what I mean?
Things work in crazy ways, man.
You feel what I mean? So,
yeah, I do.
So my point is, and I'm not trying to get religious. All I'm trying to say is, my gay brothers and sisters, okay? Don't let them play you, okay? Do not let the world play you and tell you that God does not love you. Because he does. He does. And I'm here to tell you that he does. And if you need for him to tell you that he does, don't ask your pastor. If you're driving in your car, turn your radio down. If you're on a treadmill, turn your music off and ask him to show you and sit back and wait. And have faith that he will. And when he shows you, then you're going to be like, you know what? Kendrick was right. Man, I could be blessed like Kendrick right now. And he gave his fuck. For real. He's still thinking about what Shane said about if he was going. He was like, "Hey Kendrick, what's up?" He's still thinking about that. I'm like, Justin, Shane's moving in. Hey, what's the Wi-Fi password? I'm kidding, babe. I'm kidding.
You're like,
he's gonna watch this.
We got some help. We got some help around the house.
For real. Like he'll watch.
I show up in a skirt
while we go out of town. Yeah, right.
Show up in a skirt.
But I say all that to say that's what it brings out whenever I hear about the Lil Nas X or whatever. And I just wanted to speak on that and just say that or whatever. And I ain't mean to get preachy, but my point is though, I've been through so much in my life, and like even when I moved to California the first time, the one thing my mom gave me, and I still got the Bible to this day, she's like, if you don't remember anything, remember that you got God. And he had my back. And dude, can I say this one more time? Bro, I'm gay as fuck. Okay? For real. Like Jason Kelsey, Travis Kelsey, like
he's putting his ass out there. Hey.
Lord have mercy. Right? You know what I'm saying? So don't let the world play you. The world is too crazy right now. The world is all full of all this negative energy. People want to ask me why I'm so positive.
It's kind of the same thing. Like, a lot of people say, God doesn't love people if they have premarital sex and all this stuff. Well, guess what? That he ain't loved nobody on this world.
Right? Here's the thing. The thing is that I just feel like if you want me to believe that the same men who run, the same type of men that run our country, the same type of men that's run the world, didn't touch the Bible that they know for a fact would influence the world, you think you could just put your little 2 cents in and not say, come on, man. And so if you're not sure, do like I said. If you're in your car, turn your music off, turn Lady Gaga off, turn off Rain on Me, because I know that's my jam. Turn it off, talk to God, give it to him, whatever it is, and he'll show you, period. That's what he does for me, period. That's just what it is. So anyway, yep.
All right. What I'm going to do right now, no, dude, that was incredible. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to stop this.
Okay.
And I'm going to stop